Okay, hi everybody. I was getting myself organised. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. Just checking in to see who has, make sure I've got everyone who's entered the card draw. So I'll just get this up on the screen so I can see people coming in. Alrighty, thank you very much if you are popping in. I hope your weekend has been a nice one and you've had some. Hi Andrea, how did the race go, Andrea? That's exciting. It looked like a lovely day actually. So hi Heather, thank you for popping in. Oh sorry, I'm just making you a bit wobbly. I'm just trying to get you a bit further up so that you don't have. No, that didn't work, did it? Did that work? Yeah, that's better. Hi Sue, thank you for joining us. Your card was lovely that you popped up on my page. Thank you very much for participating. All right, so we've got, hi Tracy. We're going to do one that is quite easy, well, kind of easy, kind of fiddly, but really effective. So this one here, we're just using strips of card. There's so many different strip technique ones out there, but this one just has it's just a piece that sits onto a card base that you can use as a background. So quite effective, I thought. Hi Debs. Oh, that's really good news, Andrea, especially that you're not sore, because I can imagine that would be quite sore. All right, I'm going to pop this one out of the way and we'll get started. I've got to start with my card base is Blackberry Bliss, one of my most favourite colours. I was so glad when they decided to bring it back, as I'm still not happy with how that's looking on the table. Getting too much of me and not enough of the card. How's that? I think that's going to be better. Hi Millie. Okay, so I'm just going to fold our card base. It doesn't really matter which way you have your card base, whether you have it as a tent fold. You might have cut your card in the full A4 so that you've got the flip up one. So it doesn't really matter. It'll just be when you're putting it all together as to how you decorate that'll be the difference. So we might actually flip this one around and do a portrait style one. Now I already cut my strips just so that you didn't have to sit there watching me cut strips. So I've got, on my instructions I said 9. So on this one I had 9 pieces. I ended up with 3 pieces of Blackberry Bliss and 2 of the others. So when I was cutting those, I just ended up cutting them. So you can kind of start in any order that you like, really. I'll just group them so that I know how many I've got. I think I've got 3 of each, so I can play around with that. A bit more. No, 4. Okay, so I've got 4 of those. So I might start with the lighter one. And all you're going to do, so you've got a piece, this is 1/2 inch wide and 3 inches long, so all of those. So it's a great way of using up those offcuts when you are cutting your card bases and things. You often get a strip that is about just over 1/2 inch, or not quite 3/4, not quite an inch. And then I've got a piece of white cardstock. Now, depending on what colours you're using and what colour base you're using, this doesn't have to be white. You just need to kind of contrast it. So so this one here, I thought that the white actually makes everything pop because I've got quite a dark base. If you might be doing like the turquoisey colour, so like Bermuda Bay and all of that kind of stuff. So you might have a different colour that offsets those a bit more. But yeah, it doesn't have to be white. It just looks really nice with the purple. So this is the same width as the card, which is 5 7/8. So our standard card base in inches is 5 7/8, which is just before the 6 inch. It's not quite 6 inches because our full piece of cardstock is 11 3/4. think. I hesitate because I think that's right. I think that's what it works out to. So then you're just going to play around with the order of how you want to put these up. So I think I might start with the lighter purple. You might only have two. You might do a rainbow colour. No, and then I'll go dark purple, and then bring that one in. So you just want to have a little bit of a space in between each one. Maybe I do go to that one first. No, this one. Go there. Those two. If you didn't want as many strips and you wanted to make them wider, then you could certainly do that, and you may just have to adjust the spacing in between your pieces. So kind of looks a little bit like a paint swatch card, I suppose. You could then cut something out of it to have a look through the back of it. Where am I? That one. Sorry, I keep putting my hand in front of the camera, don't I? Purple, light purple. So that's it. So I haven't got them very evenly spaced, but that's okay. So then once I've got all my pieces on, I'm going to have a look and see how I feel about that. And I'm not going to get them all exactly right on there because I'm going to have to move them to glue them anyway. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave those and get rid of the spare ones out of there. Now, one thing as I was using this that I found worked super, super well was the, hi Alison, you haven't missed much because I was a little bit late too, but nice to have you here. Hi Lisa, how are you doing? Hope your weekend's been a nice one. So if you've got your the Take Your Pick tool, I found this really super handy. Once I got it in the order that I wanted it, I found my middle one, which is this one here because it's my third. And then so I was able to pick up the cardstock, obviously you'll have your glue. If you're using tape, it might be a little bit different, but then it's going to make a layer of me. It's not stuck very well. It's not stuck at all. Might need to replace my putty. So you just pop that on there, put some glue on. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. It worked so well when I was doing it before. Typical. Oh, now I've just made a mess. That's all right. They can go on the other side. So I'm going to pop that. This is not working so well for me tonight. Pop that on there. You just want to make sure I've cut them so that they line straight up with, get that off there, straight up with the edge of the card. So that's the one nice thing about the glue. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Now my finger's stuck to everything and it's going to move. Now I worked from here, I worked out. Whoops, that's not the right thing I'm supposed to be doing. Just got a sticky bit there. So I started with my middle one, then I went to the next one. Oh, it's doing the same. Blast it. All right. I'm not going to make you guys wait for me to change that, so I'll just do it. I want it on the white bit. All right. So I'm just going to pop that down, space it out, and then press it down. Now I can get it with sticky fingers. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how painful that has been. It works. I was so excited. I was like, this is so cool. It works so well. Alright, then pop this one on. I'm just eyeballing the gaps, so once you've laid it out, you kind of have an idea of what the gap will look like. So you can kind of keep it consistent. I like having a piece of white showing on the end but you don't have to have some white showing on the end. You can do it straight up to the edge, especially if you've got thicker pieces that you wanted to use. So this is the most time consuming part. If you've got them the same width as your base, you can just kind of push them once they're, before they set, but just kind of get them so that they fit on each end of the, you know, they're lined up. You can always trim them though as well, if you find that you've gone a little bit too high. Okay, so that one here. And then lucky last. Okay, and then it's just a little bit short. Never mind. Okay, so that's our card. I'm just going to let it sort of sit for a few minutes and let the glue set a bit. While I'm doing that, I've already, just to save time so that you don't have to watch me stamp, but I've used the Love of Leaves set, which is really pretty. It's what's called a distinctive set, so you get this shading automatically. Is it distinctive? Wow, I think it's distinctive. So you get the imprint in here is kind of at different depths, so that you can get you can get that shading within the leaves, which is really quite cool. And then they have yeah, you can do it in any colour fade, Lisa, that's right. And a rainbow one would be amazing as well. It'd be really effective. So these are the stitched leaves dies that go with, they coordinate. So this one here cuts out this one. All right, but then also what you've got is this piece here, so you can layer them up together. They sit inside each other, and then layer it over the stamp. And then what happens is when it cuts it out, it also, this one is just an embosser, so it puts all the veining in the leaves, which is really cool, gives so much texture to it. I haven't done that because I was running out of time, so I didn't play around with it. But hi Sandra, but they're really cool. So there is one leaf die to match each of the stamp leaves, and then with this one here, which is this leaf, there's actually two that you can just use as a cut. So one goes, they go opposite directions, so if you want leaves kind of facing each other, you can do that, which is quite effective. Then this panel here, if you line it up, I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, but it's just got like little dots on it. So it just creates kind of like a faux stitch edge. And so you can put it on just on the edge of your card just to add a bit of texture, which is really quite cool. I actually still haven't used that, so I might have to have a play around with it. So yeah, that's what I've used for my leaves. I've stamped off, I used Rich Raspberry, and I've just used that as the direct colour, but then I wanted a little bit of a softer tone, so I stamped off once, stamped that ink pad, stamped off on some scrap, and then stamped onto my card, so I get that softer look and you get a little bit more definition through the leaves. So I'm just going to pop these together, and I want them kind of on the back side poking out like that. I know it's not a flower, but it's kind of like that. So I'm just going to pop some. You can see that's the darker of the Highland Heather, I think that is. There. So I'm just going to pop some dimensionals on the back here so that I can. I'm all thumbs tonight. Don't know why. So pop that there, and then I can pop. Actually, I'll just put a little bit of glue on the back of that leaf, so then it's not too high off. And then I'm just going to pop that out to the side like that. So you get that. And pop some dimensionals all the way around here. I'm just going to pop one to the side of that because I don't want to make it any taller. And make sure I don't get it on in the gap there. Right. So before I put that on, if I can get it off my fingers, I'm going to put it to the side. I'm going to bring my strips in. So that's kind of what you look like. You might see a few little, and if you want to, you can get your snips and trim them, but I don't really see there's a need. Maybe that one, but we'll see. So then we pop that onto our card. That is annoying from the putty, but never mind. It's there, so I'll just use my leaves to cover it up. So I'm going to use white or black. Thank you, Maureen. Hi, how are you doing? I think white stands out a bit more. So I'm just going to wrap around a couple of times. How are we going for time? Nearly done. Where is it? That one. Just going to tie this in a knot. Remember, when you're tying your knot, it doesn't really matter where your knot finishes. As long as you don't tie it too tight, you can just kind of wriggle it around so that it gets to where you want it to be. Thank you, Alison. Great minds think alike. White. I think if my card was black, or if I was using black and white and grey, black would probably be quite good. But I'm going to. I was going to turn this around and do it portrait, I'll see. So just want to pull it over a little bit more, and I might put it to the side like that. And I think I'm going to pop that this way. And I don't want it, I want it kind of off center, but I don't want it right on the edge, so I'm going to pop it there, and then I can put my leaves about there. So once you're happy with that, just a bit of glue. You can use dimensionals if you want. I've gone with glue, and if you've got quite a thick twine or a lot of it, you might want dimensionals because it helps to keep it in place. And you know, it might seem a bit bulky without, but I think the glue will be just fine to hold it in place. So it is, you'll notice that it's not sticking so well there. So I'm going to turn my paper around. I'm just going to turn it over, make sure it's all lined up. And it's a little bit not. Make sure it's all lined up, and then I'm just going to push down where my thread is. So where my white twine is, I'm just going to put my fingers either side of it just so that the glue on each side has the chance to make a connection with the base. And then that way I'm also not, if I do it on the inside, I'm also not pressing down on here and denting it. So I was running my fingers kind of along here, but just on the back, and you'll feel a little bit of a ridge in there. So that, like that. Then I've got my leaves, and maybe I will point that down and have them under. I might snip those ones a little bit. So I'm just going to snip the stalks off those a bit. So I've got a little bit more play. You can't see them anyway because they're tucked in behind. So I'm just going to put that in there, and then I can move those around a bit more. Nope, that isn't going to work for me. So maybe we'll go under like that. And I want to make sure I'm hiding that. Yep, there we go. Now, all I did for the sentiment is I just got a piece of scrap. I used one of the sentiments out of this set, and I just actually used hello. So that makes for quite a nice sentiment where, you know, like a just because, or especially at the moment. So versatile. Yeah, absolutely, Lisa. For anyone, yeah, the sky's your limit, really, isn't it? Because it just really depends. You can make such an awesome background for even little ones will like it, I think. Sorry, I'm just trying to line this up. Okay, so just with my paper snips, I'm just going to snip that little bit out. The way I'm going with glue and stuff today, I better close that up. Thank you, Sue. Nice and, well, I'd like to say it's a nice quick one, but it's possibly not. It's a bit fiddly with getting your strips and stuff all sorted, but it's quite a simple one, and there's not a lot of elements to it other than the strip pieces. And hopefully it means that you're just using up bits of offcuts, and you're not having to cut. And so none of that was cut from a new piece of card. It was all cut from offcuts, which is great, because it's always disheartening to think, oh, I have to cut into a whole piece of card for that little tiny strip. So, and especially if you're using a lot of colours. I mean, you could do it with one colour. It'd look really cool with one colour as well. DSP as well you could use, especially for those of us that have got so much DSP that we don't know what to do with it. Yeah, there's so many ways. Another thought I thought about when I was doing it was you can create your background and then actually use some dies to cut the shapes out so that the base of it comes through, which I think would look really effective as well. I'm going to try and make sure that they stand up, so I'm going to pop them in between. So I'm going to pop my hello just on there. So those are the two different cards that I made. So one being a portrait, and then one being a tent style. Yeah, so hopefully you like that, and give it a go. I'd love to see what you do. Please share them on my page. As usual, I'll take a photo of these and put them on my page, and you can just add yours in the comments. And if you come back next week, we will do a draw for one of the entries in there. So speaking of the draw, we've got 4 minutes left. I've got everyone's name on the winning wheel. Just need, I think, to lift my stand up slightly. If I turn it around. Oops, no, I didn't need to do that. I needed to go that way. All right, so thank you, Marilyn. When I just checked before I came on, and we had 7 people that had made a card to pop in, and Tracy had also been doing it with her son, who's in my class at school, and so he created one as well, which I got to see in a little message. So thank you for that, Tracy. I know that Connor's having fun doing it. It was, and I know it's supposed to be a hobby for you, but I suppose it's nice that you guys can do it together. All right, here we go. Let's see who tonight's winner is for that's the card that had the colour background with on the clear block. So thank you everybody who put in an entry. Here we go. Yeah, joint hobby now, Trace. All right, so well done. Congratulations. First entry in one of my drawers, and you win. Congratulations. I will send you a message. I'll try and send you a message. Facebook, the business Facebook thing is a little bit tricky, so I will send you a message anyway. So, and let you know some options for the prize that I can post to you, because if I'm right, you live around the same area as Andrea and Sandra and Christine, I think. So yeah, otherwise I will have to you'll have to send me your address anyway, but yeah, I will get that organised for you. So thank you very much. Oh, good. Okay. I wonder if I could send yours and Andrea's together. That might be a little bit faster as well. But I will get in touch with you. I haven't actually, Andrea. Thank you. That's great. I was just going to, to be honest, because we didn't get it organised till Friday, I missed the post box and I didn't want it sitting in the post box over the weekend. And so I thought, oh, well, I'll wait. Oh, you all work together. Nice. Oh, that's nice that you've got a really nice hobby to share together. Yeah, so Andrea, I have got your masks here ready to go, but like I say, I didn't want to leave them in the letterbox. And then I thought, oh, well, last time I posted them for a Wednesday prize, you won on Sunday as well. So then I had to have 2 prizes. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just wait and I'll send, if you win on Sunday, I'll send 2 prizes to you. But I will get that packaged up and sent out to you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Oh, I just noticed soft frizzy here. And I will see you Wednesday. I will put a post up with both of those cards if you pop yours underneath it. I'd love to see what you do. I'm sure I can just, with what you've been posting, they'll be amazing. And I look forward to the different colour combinations that you will do. Excuse me. Yeah, so many variations available. You still have camping here. I think you can be forgiven for camping here after doing your big cycle race, Andrea. I just washed mine this morning, so it's clean, frizzy, and not straightened. So I just didn't, my fringe needs a cut too. Yeah, so, and it's going to be a while before that happens, I think. What are we now? I think, Alison, I think you do the day counts. I think, is it 70, 75, 76 days? Something like that. Oh, you were running. Oh, I don't know why I thought you were cycling, Andrea. Sorry. That's even more impressive, I have to say. Even more impressive. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. It's just 1 minute after 8 o'clock, and I will see you all on Wednesday at 7:30. Take care of yourself and have a good start to the week. Alrighty, bye.